love it so much, but it's so itchy that every time I take it off, it's like, ah. Today is a very big day because as of today, I have exactly 5 subscribers, and I want to thank you all so much. I'm committed to making sure I always send you the best content regarding fashion. And today I have a great video for you. We will be talking about the 5 things that you don't need in your closet. Now, the things that I say you can take with a grain of salt, but if you want to have a wardrobe that keeps you feeling confident all the time, these are the 5 things I recommend you get rid of. The first item I recommend you get rid of is anything with stains or rips. Wearing anything with a stain or rip in it, even if it is your favorite item of clothing, does not come off well, and people do notice. There are so many fashion options out there, and I know you have those favorite items that you've been holding on to for a very long time, but there are other options, and it will be okay if you let it go. I have some examples for you today. The first example is this Christopher & Banks sweater. Now, I've been hanging on to it merely for the fact that it is a Christopher & Banks sweater. I actually got it at a charity shop, which was really exciting for me. But it's got some, and I don't even know if you can really see them in the camera, but it's got some very light colored stains, almost cream colored stains on the front. I don't even know what they're from, but I've been holding on to this for about 4 years now, and I think it is time to get rid of it. Another example of anything that is stained or worn I have for you is my booties. I just love brown booties, especially in the fall and the winter time. I feel like they go with everything. At work, I can't wear tennis shoes, and I work up in the mountains, so I also feel like I can't wear sandals or high heels. So these are the best option for me, and they really do go with everything and make your outfit feel classy. I have this pair of brown booties that I have had for a very long time. I would say about 3 or 4 years now, and I love them. They're comfortable and they're worn in, but if you look at them closely, there's stains all over the sides, the heels are worn out, and they've got, oh, the toes. It's so funny. If you look really closely at the toes, you can see that the toes are even worn away. So it's like they're almost getting holes in the toes. These are not appropriate for the office in any way, shape, or form, no matter how much I love them. Luckily, a couple of weeks ago, I found this pair of brown booties, which are basically the same thing, at TJ Maxx. You can find them anywhere else. This pair is Guess, and I have to say, these are probably the nicest shoes that I own at this time. They make the nicest clicking sound. Like it's like a really heavy clicking sound whenever I walk anywhere, so it makes me feel super, special and like I'm going somewhere important. It's kind of fun. So yes, I love these, but upgrading to these and just letting go, I think these were like $35, has been a huge relief for me, and it definitely makes me feel more put together when I wear these over these. Number 2. You should get rid of anything that you haven't worn in over a year. This is a pretty common thing that you'll hear, and the reason for it is you really don't want to get bogged down with always being concerned that you don't have anything to wear and looking through a closet full of things that you don't like. Keeping things that you haven't worn in a really long time just makes it so that you feel cluttered and your life feels unorganized. And chances are, if you haven't worn something in over a year, it's because you know that 1, it doesn't go with the things that you like to wear now or your style, 2, it doesn't fit, or 3, it makes you feel uncomfortable and it's hard to wear in some way. There is someone out there who will appreciate that item of clothing. I highly recommend donating it to a charity shop. Some of my favorite are Deseret Industries, Savers, but I know there's a ton out there. Number 3, anything that is too difficult to wear. By this I mean anything that is uncomfortable, that you have to put a lot of layers under, or things that you have to alter in order to make it feel appropriate for the occasion. Examples of this are things like plunging necklines that you have to wear a t-shirt under, or cuts out in the back that you also have to wear a t-shirt under in order to feel comfortable at the grocery store, at the office, in front of your parents, etc., etc. I have an example of this for you. So here I have this top on, and I just wanted to show you what I meant by things that you have to layer and that are too difficult to wear. And again, I know this blouse is beautiful. I feel the same way about it, and that is why it is one of those things, number 2, that I am violating, that I have had in my closet for over a year that I haven't worn. This is what I mean. You can see here that I've had to put a black t-shirt under it because this lace detail right here is see-through, and then the shirt itself is see-through. So if I were to wear any type of bra under this, or if I didn't wear a bra under it, you would be able to see underneath the shirt. You can also see through the detailing on the sleeves right here, which isn't as big of a deal, but it still makes it weird when I wear a t-shirt under it. Right now I'm wearing a black t-shirt, and I hope you can see this, but you can actually see the line of the black t-shirt. I've tried it with a cream t-shirt as well, and it just does the same thing. And if anything, it still gives the illusion that you can see my skin under it. And when I'm at work, I don't really want my boss focusing on, oh, I can see Abby's skin under her shirt. Even if I know it's a t-shirt, he might not realize that. So I feel like when I wear this shirt, I have to overcompensate and make it obvious that even when you can see through the holes on the shirt, you're not seeing my skin or my bra. Which, as you can tell right now, is all very confusing, and it's just too much, and it's too much effort to put into an item of clothing. There's so many other pieces of clothing out there that you can buy that aren't difficult to put on, that you don't have to wear a million layers under. And obviously this doesn't apply to when you're trying to keep warm. That's a different situation, and it's totally okay to wear layers at that time. This is totally up to your judgment, and just be honest with yourself about the things that are really hard and difficult for you to wear and that you don't wear very often. You can clear up some space in your closet for things that you will wear and make you feel fabulous. Number 4, anything that makes you feel like you're a teenager again. Now, obviously, I am not discriminating against teenagers. I feel like teenagers today have better style, better hair, and better makeup techniques than we've ever had. What I'm doing is talking to you 20-somethings, maybe 30-somethings or above, that are still wearing clothes that you wore in high school. If you wore them when you were in high school, they probably aren't in style anymore. Obviously, I know that the 90s is coming back, but if you're wearing clothes that make you feel like you're in high school, that means you're not wearing the modern and updated version of the 90s. High school was a time to be childish and crazy and immature and to try a lot of new things, but you don't want to be putting out that impression to new people that you're meeting as an adult, especially if you're trying to make the impression that you are a classy and put together woman. I remember that when I was in high school, literally anything from the Buckle was cool, and maybe today it still is, but I'm sure they have updated versions. It was about anything that had bling on it or that could make it look like you were expensive, but not classy, just that you had spent a lot of money on something. A top that I have here from high school is actually from the Buckle. Again, it's okay if you shop there. I'm sure their clothes are a little different now. But this top is also translucent and you can see under it, so I would have to pair a brown t-shirt under it. This is what I mean. I wasn't allowed to wear tank tops in high school, so I would put a brown t-shirt under it and go on my merry way with my totally blinged out top. I love this color and I love how flowy it is. I love the lace, but if this were turned into something that wasn't super duper blingy and maybe had sleeves and wasn't see-through, I would definitely still wear it. But this is something that I wore in high school, so when I wear it, I feel like I am 16 years old again. I am a firm believer in you act how you dress. So if you want to be taken seriously as a lady and a professional, you need to make sure you are dressing as a lady and as a professional in things that make you feel that way. Number 5, anything that isn't comfortable. Now, I know that we say beauty is pain, but that's definitely not how it should be. There are so many options out there that are comfortable, that do cover you up, that do make you feel like $1,000,000. So we shouldn't be wasting our time or our energy on items in our closet that aren't comfortable anymore. Now, I am probably one of the biggest offenders of this rule because a great example of things that we shouldn't keep anymore that aren't comfortable are itchy sweaters. And sweaters are my thing. I love sweaters. I've got several sweaters here that I can't seem to let go of that feel so uncomfortable every time I wear them. I've got this cute pink one from J. Crew. It shrunk. If you watched my last video, I also talked about this one, and it's just not that soft anymore. This super fun electric blue one is from H&M, and I got it on sale. I think it was like $7, and it's got the cutest balloon sleeves. I love it so much, but it's so itchy that every time I take it off, it's like, it's like a breath of fresh air, and our clothes should never make us feel that way. My last sweater option is this maroon sweater that I have from Banana Republic. I got it last year, and I think I just wore it so many times and washed it so many times that it's no longer comfortable. It almost feels like putting felt all over my body. Now this season, in the fall, I think I've worn it for max 10 minutes, and then I have to take it off because I'm itching so bad. Some other examples of the kind of clothes I'm talking about are jeans that are too tight, headbands that squeeze your head so much and give you a headache, or shoes that you eventually have to take off and walk around barefoot. Beauty is pain, but it is definitely not beautiful to see a woman walking around barefoot carrying her shoes. Just imagine the kind of fungus you could be getting by doing this. So those are the 5 things that you should not have in your closet. As you can see, I am an offender of literally every single one of these rules, and it's time for me to go take my own advice and clean my closet out. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. If you made it to the end, please leave a comment below with your favorite rule and the action item that you are going to take. I would also love to hear some of your ideas for videos you would like to see. Thanks again for joining me. See you next time.